I normally work on a build for months, but I want to mix things up. I'm giving myself 10 hours on the clock to make a custom biome. So let's make something for one of the coolest mobs in Minecraft, pandas. Are you expecting sniffers or something? We're gonna build a custom jungle island using a ton of new blocks that were added in 1.20, including cherry blossoms and the new bamboo wood palette. And all of those new bamboo blocks have me thinking about one specific island. This thing's been so close to my spawn for the longest time, and it's finally time to do something with it. We're gonna make a nice little panda sanctuary. First things first, let's clear this thing.
Feel that vibe all night.
And there you go, an island in a box. The thing we're gonna do is expand the island outward. You see everywhere where the water's a little bit darker, that is still the bamboo biome, so that way we'll be consistent. We're gonna build out to that, and then we'll build a really nice custom beach outside of that, and that will let us have a little bit more space for our panda friends, because we're going to get the rarest panda in the game, because of course we are. Get a few torches in place, fight the sky demons. Still haven't slept in this world, and still never will, but we're gonna run back to the city for some supplies, and then we have to go hunting for some new panda friends. And even though I have an amazing city that I've been building for months now, this is what my storage looks like. I'm ashamed, I'm sorry, and we do have to build an amazing auto item sorter, which we will do in a future episode. But for right now, I spent about 15-20 minutes just going through the multiple chest monsters that exist in this base. So a decent bit of building supplies. Don't demo the floor. And I love it when it rains because we fly. You cannot beat a trident in the rain when it comes to mobility in Minecraft. It's amazing. Let's get building. Well, I'm gonna wait for the rain to clear so the montage looks good, but then let's go. Oh, hello. I mean, we have to. Stop killing each other. All right, we got some horses just chilling. Thunderstorms are super useful. Don't worry about the island being floating. We will fix that later, I promise. And here's where the time limitation starts to really kick in. I've built out a good frame for the island, but I'm over an hour in so far, and I'm out of resources. And I don't have infinite farms to go collect more, so we're doing it the old-fashioned way, with an efficiency 5 shovel, a couple shulker boxes, and just destroying the environment. Include in that the occasional mob spawn to throw me off of my groove. And yeah, 15 minutes later, we have a couple more shulker boxes of dirt and grass. That is 15 minutes less we get to build. So it's back to the island to complete out the main frame, getting a layer down. And now you know why it's floating, because we are on the clock, but things are starting to come together. All right, it's a giant blob on the ground and we ran out of grass, but we'll make it work. We have a lot to do for the beaches and for everything else, but considering that this was just like a little 15 by 15, we have something that is now worth building on. Next, let's just get the beach done all the way around the whole thing. And while I'm building out the beaches, using stones to support the sand and making sure that I add some small things like tide pools, some small rocks on the beach just to make it feel a little bit more alive than vanilla terrain. I want to talk about why I added the timer. And no, it's not another Sands of Time pun, as I've been making since our performance in MCC Rising. 4, 3,
I'm gonna get
2, 1. Hold on here.
I went the wrong way. Guys, we
Good try,
threw.
guys.
Instead, I'm trying to see if there's a way to make people care about hardcore 10 episodes into a world. It's really hard on YouTube to make episodic things, and this even might feel weird having like a I'm talking to you moment in the middle of telling a hardcore story. But I want to hear what you think. Let me know why or why you don't like episodic stuff. I want to start a really cool conversation here because I think we can do something really interesting. And when people watch the compilation version, I'll get the answer from people who watch hour-long movies too. And now we have some much more realistic beaches. It just goes down. Why are you stuck there?
I require assistance!
But with all of the terrain now done, and we have our island ready to go, still needs a little bit of detail here and there. And I have two main structures I want to build. A very nice torii gate over here, which points back towards our spawn, and a nice little bamboo house over here. Then we got to get the pandas and a whole lot of bamboo and some custom cherry trees. But in order to do that, we need to go find a cherry biome. So let's get exploring. And we started exploring right around the 3-hour mark of this project, meaning we're 30% of the way through. Now, I don't use chunk base or any sort of thing to be able to see where things are in my world. I actually have to go out to discover them. And I wanted to go find a brand new cherry blossom grove, something I had only found a very small patch of in the past so I could get this great hero shot for the video. But after 40 minutes of flying around and absolutely striking out, instead I headed back to a very, very tiny biome that I had found in the past, chopping down a whole bunch of trees and doing this with just music on, relaxing, and not paying the most attention, to my health. Oh, I was not paying attention. I was not. Wow, okay. That was almost genuinely bad. All right, let's just take this and go. That can be floating pink petals for forever. And with a few cherry blossoms now in my hand, I was able to farm more, just killing time back at my base, with those minutes slowly ticking away. And once I had what I thought would be enough, we headed back over to the island and started planting down a ton of bamboo that could start growing out, and then working on the torii gate. I'm actually trying to build this at an angle, so that way I can't let myself get over detailed with all sorts of different flourishes and vertical depth on the build. Instead, I want to keep it simple, like the actual structure that this is based on. They don't have a ton of just additional layers to it, whereas builds in Minecraft tend to be that way. With some fences and hanging lanterns to tie everything together, and now having the bamboo all grown, I turned my attention to the other side of the island, where I started building out a little bamboo hut. Now at this point, we're at the halfway point of the overall project, so I'm reducing the scope of what I wanted for the house a little bit, just to make sure that we're gonna get done in time. I'm using a lot of stripped spruce to give me a nice saturated brown against the bright yellow of bamboo wood, and doing some decorating in the center to make this actually feel like it's something that could be lived in, a caregiver for the pandas and the different structures that I plan to add to the island. Here we go. It's relatively open concept, but most houses that would be in this kind of climate kind of are, and I like it. I like the vibe that is just kind of nice and open to the air. We probably need to decorate underneath a little bit more. Maybe some more spruce trapdoors around the footings just to give those some more texture. But I tried to incorporate as much of the... Oop. Left a little bit up front. Tried to incorporate as much of the bamboo that I could. So I think I have every bamboo block except maybe the unstripped bamboo, like, log? I genuinely don't know what to call it. What am I supposed to call it? It's just a block of bamboo, right? It's gonna be a bamboo log for forever. But this is nicely done. I still, again, have never slept, so I don't have a bed or anything else in this space. I'm not gonna risk sleeping in a bed right now. Now it's time for the most important part, and probably the most time-consuming part. We need to find a panda. Now, when it comes to searching for pandas, lucky for me, my world is mostly jungle. At least all of the explored world, and that pretty close to spawn. Unlucky for me, that doesn't mean you're actually going to find a panda. So I've spent 2 days searching for pandas, and then I realized this is my last video before 1K days. So I started working on the compilation, and I've seen a panda in this world before. So we're gonna try to see if we can get one over here. It has been so long since I've been over here, just because I've been working on the mega base so much. We have the whole birch forest. We have our pink sheep chilling right there. The question is, are they still here, or are there others somewhere around here? The world is mainly jungle. It's honestly kind of dope. Any pandas? Wait, I think I saw one. I see 2. Okay, pandas. All right, we have pandas. I don't know why there's only 2. I thought there was supposed to be more. Now we just need to extricate them from this mess. And that's easier said than done. Basically, I have to kill all of the mobs that are spawning everywhere around here, capture the pandas in rafts, not boats. I figured I'd be thematic, you know. And then carve a path through the bamboo and through the dirt into the water, taking a very, and I mean very long sailing trip twice to bring both pandas to the island. That ended up chewing up another full Minecraft day and a half, which is about 30 minutes of time. And I still have a bunch of custom trees to build and pandas to breed. So things are getting tense. First things first was the jungle trees. I'm using jungle wood, obviously, spruce for some accents in stairs and slabs that I can set up some different branches, and doing a little bit more of a domed canopy compared to the very flat versions that you get in vanilla Minecraft. I'm also making sure that the roots extend out and into the jungle, and I'm putting different bushes and different leaf piles on the ground as well to establish a little bit more of a floor cover and give me a little bit more flexibility. Okay, that's honestly the easy part. We now have 2 pretty custom jungle trees. This one's a little taller. This one's a little shorter just because I ran out of leaves. I also grabbed a lot more podzol, so we're gonna decorate it. But right here, centrally to the whole thing, you need to make a massive custom cherry tree. And shout out to my friend, Mr. Matt Ranger, who made a video which told me exactly what to do. So let's do that.
Before that, though, it was time to push the family-friendly rating on my channel.
Make a baby. Yeah, hello you. Okay, well, they start making more and more pandas. Let's build a big cherry tree.
And this was an entirely new challenge for me, and having only about 2 hours to do it meant that this was going to be a real challenge. I like building structures, buildings, cities, things that follow the blocks that exist in Minecraft. Organic shapes are things that I've definitely struggled with and haven't built much of before. I'm using a lot of the cherry wood to create this snaking back and forth bonsai pattern with different areas where I'm going to set up the cherry leaf canopies. And in each of the canopies, we're mixing it up, not just using cherry leaves, but instead adding pink wool and pink glazed terracotta to add all sorts of textures. I'm also making sure to leave a lot more air inside of all of these branches so they feel a little bit lighter and more manicured like an actual proper bonsai tree. And I'm coming up on the very tail end of the time that I've allowed myself. But with the last few minutes remaining, I added some additional details like this large gong, some small mats in front of it, and what looks like an anvil or larger hammer used to strike it, creating a few smaller cherry trees for accent in a couple of other areas, and building up another jungle tree at one point as well. And as the clock ticked down, we hit the 10-hour limit. It was time to look back and see everything that we had accomplished.
With that, the island is done. But we walk through the gate that we've made here down. We have a few of the custom jungle trees. I've made a couple of them, a few smaller cherry trees as well, and then the massive main tree of the whole island. We got our second smaller one over there. I've been breeding pandas. Lots and lots of pandas. We do not yet have a brown panda because of the timer that I put on myself. We will breed for brown pandas on stream. I'm not doing genetics either. This one's the playful one. This one's my favorite one because they just constantly sit on their back and I love it. But they're, oh wait! How did I miss that? Oh, they must have eaten some of the bamboo that I just broke when I was Yo, I cannot believe that that just happened. I just broke some bamboo to put down this torch, like right over here, and then there's all of these. That might have come from cousin, the original cousin. Where's our baby? We have a baby brown panda. Oh, and they're playful too. Oh, I'm so excited. If you want to name our favorite child, leave a comment and the best names the panda. But I'm very happy with my custom little island right here. And there's just one thing left for today, our map, which now looks a lot more impressive. Lake Atlantis is coming along beautifully. I cannot wait until this city just continues moving closer to done. Let's pop this in right here. You love to see it. Thank you all so much for watching. We have some fun stuff that we're gonna do in this space relatively soon. I wonder what it may be.
And that'll be episode 11. But first, we hit 1,000 days and we did it on stream, and I made sure to do it in a big way.
Officially. Yes! Day 1,000. And I feel like we won't actually properly be on day 1,000 until we earn it. Dude, hold on. I am whipping these shots. Here we go. Hold on. 360. Now we've done it.